Once upon a time there was a guy called Theseus. He was fed up that all the children in Athens were being fed to the Minotaur. The Greeks are a bit odd, you see. So instead of sending more children to the Minotaur, he hopped on the boat instead with some of his pals and went to the massive maze the Minotaur was locked in. He hopped in, unravelling some gold string behind him so he could find his way out. Eventually, he reached the Minotaur and was face to face with the beast. The Minotaur was stronger, but Theseus was quick. This is completely irrelevant to what the video is about. I just needed to make it sound more interesting than it actually is. So, game development. Fun, right? Yeah, maybe. Depends, I don't know. I'm doing it anyway. About a week ago, I sat down to start my next project. I had this idea for a top-down shooter where you would take down hordes of enemies with some cool-ass guns while running through caves. I wanted it to feel like chaos, you know, explosions here, lasers there, but also be fun at the same time. So I got to work. Basic enemy AI, check. Basic character controller, check. A basic gun and grenade that aims where the mouse is pointed, check. Some crappy prefabs to start off with, check. Perfect. I'd also seen this cool pixelated effect for some 3D games like A Short Hike and was completely in love. Not just for the actual style, but also the fact that it meant I could put so much less work into my already crappy models and maybe still get a decent result. So I got to work. First up was this one method where you would make a render texture of your chosen low resolution, you would add it to the camera and make a raw image on the canvas that held the texture. It just has one big problem. Since what the camera actually sees is all the way up here, it means that my character's whole aim at the mouse thing doesn't work at all. I found a few shaders online that promised this effect and tried them on my project, but nothing worked. Eventually I found my way to this itch.io Unity package, and while at the time it didn't work just like the rest, the developer's Twitter was open for DMs and he seemed pretty active. So I messaged him, waited a day or two and got a response. The reason these were not working was because I was using high definition render pipeline. In fact, only the default Unity render pipeline worked with these shaders. I'm not too sure why, I'm not a Unity expert. With URP and HDRP out of the question, this meant saying goodbye to the beautiful visual effects graph and the explosion effect I had created with it. At this point I had already wasted hours and hours and didn't want to waste much more, so I quickly made a brand new Unity project, imported all my scripts and remade all my materials since they were built for HDRP, and added the shader. It worked. Finally, I could downres my game for that beautiful chunky pixel effect. A few extra bits and bobs later, and this is where I'm up to. A pretty good starting point for this project. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I'm going to try and make some more of these when I have a chance. If you want to hear the end of the Minotaur story, then Google it.